What are you according to the Bible? You are the Israelite. Give me that in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Listen good, because I'm only going to go into a couple of these, because our job is to show you who you is. Our job is to show you who you are. And our job is to show you how to get back in tune with your God. You see what I'm saying? Because as long as you know yourself as a Mexican, you don't know God. You don't know God. You know this demon. Who is this? Who? Who is this? Who do you know this as? You see? And this is who taught you as a Mexican. God don't deal with no damn Mexicans. He deal with the tribe of Issachar. Which you are. Read that in Deuteronomy.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
See what happens, sis? The Most High said, because you don't keep his commandments, because we as a people don't keep his commandments, that we've been stripped from everything. That's what that means. We've been stripped from our nationality. We've been stripped from our heritage. We've been stripped from our culture. We've been stripped from our homeland. Because Mexico is not your homeland. Jerusalem is your original homeland. But they ain't gonna teach you that. We've been stripped of that. Why? Because what? Read it again.
But it shall come to pass,
Jump to the bottom of it by keeping the commandments. If thou wilt not hearken.
if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Let me ask you this, sis. Is it a curse to call yourself something you don't even know what you're calling yourself? Is that a blessing or a curse? What would you say that is? It's more of a curse. But guess what? But that's what God said what was going to happen to us because we don't keep his commandments. Jump down to verse 37. Watch, it's going to say it in the Bible. Watch.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
Thou shalt become an amazement. That's what astonishment means. Read.
A proverb.
Thou shalt become a proverb. You know a proverb? You know what a proverb is? A proverb is a wise saying. It's a stereotype. A stereotype is all Mexicans love tacos. That's a stereotype. All black people love watermelon and grape juice. That's a stereotype. You got if you want to hide something from a Negro or a Mexican, where do you put it? In a book. That's a stereotype. That's a proverb. Watch this.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
And a byword. A byword is literally being called out of your God-given nationality. God calls you an Israelite for the tribe of Issachar, but the world calls you a Hispanic or a Mexican. That's a byword. Ain't that what the Bible said? That's the same thing it said. The Bible said that's a curse. So how do you get out of that cursed state? By getting to know who you are and back to your God. By getting to know who you are and back to your God. Come on over here, sisters. Come here, sisters, because we dealing with the sisters right now. Look, let me ask you a question. What's your name? Ivory, April. What's your nationalities? Hold on, sis. Come back, cause I gotta come back. I gotta show you something. Now look, y'all know, y'all say your nationality black, right? Her nationality is so-called Mexican, right? Is that your sister? No. That's the problem with our world today. Because guess what? The black, Hispanic, and Native American man and woman, we are all one family. We all came from the same exact forefathers. So as long as they get you to see that as another nation, they win. That's why you got black on black crimes and Hispanic on Hispanic crimes, because we don't understand we the same people. That's why look, you got a white man from America and you got a European from Europe. Are they brothers? Yeah, a white guy from America and a white guy from Europe. Are they brothers? They are, because they have the same forefathers. They come from the same landmass. Why you think you don't never see an American white shooting a gun down a European white? Because they are the same. They are brothers. But you will see a black man gun down an Hispanic man, and with nothing else to think about it, because they don't see the value in each other. We don't see that we are the same people. And as long as we see that, we're going to stay stuck here. Hey, y'all, how old are you? Come on, count down. How old are you? You. 16, 15, 15. Countdown. You see that? It was a countdown. But look, at the end of the day, do any of you guys work? Not yet, right? Aren't you tired of seeing black people on the TV getting killed by police? Yeah? How do you stop it? By what? I can't hear you. The cars is coming. Come closer. By doing what? How the hell we gonna come together when your sister was just right here and you didn't even notice it was your sister? Yeah, let me show you the nation that we come from. Give me that. Give me that. Isaiah 58. Watch this. Yes. 58 and 1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1.
Cry. No, matter of fact, hold that. Go to Zephaniah 2 and 1. Because you gotta remember. You say we gotta come together, right? Who are you supposed to come together with? How you don't even know who your people is? That sister right there was your people. Right. But how could you come together with your people if you don't know who your people is? Because it's more than just. Guess what? Just the black man in America can't do it alone. Right. Guess what? You got the West Indian blacks, which are so-called Jamaicans. Those are your brothers. You got to gather together with them. You got the tribe of Levi, which is the Puerto Ricans, right? I mean the tribe of Levi, which are the Haitians, right? Those are your brothers. So when you say come together, who are you talking about coming together with? You say us, but who is us? You see, we make these blanket statements and don't know what we really saying. Read what you got.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
See that? It's telling the people that's not desired in the world to gather together. Guess what? Is black people the only people getting shot down by police? No. What about Mexicans? Yes. What about Native Americans? Yes. These are all the unfortunate people in the world that the Most High is telling you to gather with. Why? Because they're your people. The same thing that happened to you, to us and our people here in America, is happening to our people in Jamaica. It's happening to our people in Puerto Rico. It's happening to our people in the Dominicans. It's happening to our people in South America. Anywhere around the world, you're going to see somebody getting shot down of our people in the streets. This is who the Most High telling you to come together. If you really want to see police brutality stop, you must first wake up to who you are. That's right. Who are you? What's your nationality? You the mother, correct? You the mother, right? So I'm gonna deal with you. I'm gonna deal with you because I'm gonna do everything decent and in order. I don't want you to feel like I'm just coming at your daughters. You know what I'm saying? I want you to hear this because they had great questions and they got great answers to their questions, right? And I asked them, and I'll ask you as well. Ain't you tired of seeing our people getting gunned down with no justice, no peace? So how do you stop it, sis? Well, what we doing? Fighting for the people. What people? Because we are not fighting for all people. We're not fighting for all people. We're fighting for our people. We're fighting for the Israelite man and woman. Because it ain't no white person going through what we going through. There's no Asian person going through what we going through. And I'm not talking about one individual. I'm talking about as a nation. I'm talking about as a nation. Majority of our people is in poverty. Majority. Stockton is a city of poverty. That's what it is. The majority of Sacramento is poverty. Majority of Oakland, poverty. Majority of San Francisco, poverty. When you go to some islands like the Jamaican island, the whole damn island, poverty. That's what we're fighting for. We're not fighting for everybody out here. We love y'all. Right. Just like the Most High. Give me that second Chronicles 9 and 8.
The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 9. The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 9 and verse 8.
Sis, what's your name? Nikki. Let's see if God feel the same way. Because I'm not just speaking out of my mouth. Let's see what God say.
Book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 9, verse 8. Blessed be the Lord thy God, which delighted in thee to set thee on his house, to be king for the Lord thy God, because thy God loved Israel.
That God loved who?
God loved Israel.
Nikki, who did it say God loved? The Israelites. So when I say we only out here to fight for our people, we only out here to fight for you Israelites, which is the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man and woman. You are the Israelite. You is who we fighting for. Because guess what? When you learn who you are and you teach it to them, guess what? It ain't gonna be no more baby mama, baby daddy. It ain't gonna be. Hold on, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, it's not just you. When I'm speaking to you, but I'm talking in general. You see what I'm saying? Because guess what? Before I knew it was her turn. Everybody can get it. That's how I was. But until I found out who I was according to the scripture and I learned to value myself, I got one wife now.
That's right.
And that's what the laws of God do. It shows, it gives you your value back.
That's right.
A black person don't carry no value. You know what black mean? That's a question. You know what it mean? Huh? It's a color, right? But what is the definition of the word black? It's absence of a color. So you got all your kids in class, right? If she in her seat, she's present. That means she's there. If she is in her seat, she's present. That means she's there. If she is her seat, she's absent. What's in her seat? Nothing is in her seat. She's absent. That's what black means. It means nothing.
That's right.
So that's why it's so easy for a black man to die by the hands of a police. Because hey, you call you nothing, I treat you like nothing, bam! Oh, there goes nothing.
That's right.
You see that? That's why it's so easy. Let me put it into layman's terms right quick. Like, look, you got a pimp and you got a hoe. Do the pimp honor the hoe? No. Why? Because she calls herself a hoe. So the pimp treats the hoe how she's supposed to be treated, as nothing. So that's the same thing with calling yourself black. When you call yourself black, you're subscribing to nothing.
That's right.
You ain't nothing. You are everything. You are the world. God gave you the world.
That's right.
Read that. Read it again.
The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 9 and verse 8.
Come on.
Blessed be the Lord thy God, which delighted in thee to set thee on his throne, to be king for the Lord thy God. Because the Lord thy God loved Israel.
Because the Most High loves you. He loves you black and Hispanics. He loves y'all.
That's right.
That's why we in these drug-stricken neighborhoods, because we don't understand who we are to come up out of it. The Most High put you in captivity for smoking that weed.
That's right.
The Most High put you in captivity for not keeping His commandments.
That's right.
But we go on our own accord and say, hey, I'm going to do what I want to do. That is not how it works out here.
That's right.
That is not how it works. Hey, bro right there just jumped out the Benz. You got kids, right? You got kids? Hey, if you give your kid a direct order, right? And your kid blatantly goes against the order that you gave, do you discipline him or do you give him a reward? You discipline him, right? Of course you discipline him. That's elementary, Watson. Why are you asking me that? But now let me tell you why I'm asking you that, right? We are the children of God.
Right.
The so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man, which are the Israelites, right? We didn't listen to His commandments. We didn't keep them. So, do you think the Most High was going to bless us? Or do you think He was going to discipline us? Both. How's it any different from your answer? What's your name, bro? What's your name? TJ? How is it any different from your answer? You just said if you gave your kids a direct order and they went against it, it's discipline time, right? But on the flip side, let's look at it spiritual now. Let me ask you this: was our people? Is it facts or fiction? Was our people brought here on slave ships? Yes or no?
I mean, honestly, bro, I didn't study all that.
Okay. All right, I'll give you something else. I got something that you can relate to right here. Do our people get shot down in the street left and right by police? Yes or no? For sure, yes. What if I told you that only happens because we don't know who we are? It only happens because we don't hold ourselves to the esteem that we're supposed to hold ourselves. Give me that Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. What's your name, sis? Cherish. Listen up, sis. This is man and woman alike. We all one. Come on.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
This is why we get shot down in the street. Read.
For thou art an holy people.
We get shot down because we don't act like a holy people. The Most High God calls us separate from everybody else, because that's what holy means. A lot of people like to think that holy means to cleanse somebody or something. That's not what holy means. Holy means separate. That's all it means. It says, the Most High said we're supposed to be separate. Read.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
See that? Do we act like a chosen people out here? No, we don't. We out here, we killing each other. We're raping our daughters. We're selling our mothers. This is what we do to each other. We selling dope to each other's moms. We ain't acting like no people that's chosen. We ain't acting like no people that's supposed to be separate from everybody else. And this is why we getting shot down in the street. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
You see that? We the most valued out of everybody on the earth. That's what the Bible said. The Bible said the black, Hispanic, and Native American man and woman, we are above everybody that's on the face of the planet. But we don't act like that, and that's why we don't even rule our own inheritance. Because the world was given to you as an inheritance, bro. You were supposed to be the king of this world. But why do we hold the bottom? Why do we hold the bottom of the toilet? Why are we the sewage? Because we don't act like God's people. How does God's people act? God's people got a defined law that's only for them. God's people got separate laws. Give me that contrary. They got laws contrary. Give me that. I'm going to show you. They know that. They know that the way that we're supposed to conduct ourselves, the way that we're supposed to conduct ourselves is put us above everybody else. That's why they teach us tattoos. Come on, bro. That's why they teach you that. They know if you stay in sin, that they're going to be able to rule over you. Before you get that, give me that Judah 5. Before you get that, because they know if they keep you smoking weed, I don't know if you do or not, but I'm just saying it so everybody can hear me. They know if they keep you smoking weed and defiling your temple, that they're going to be at the top. They know if they keep you defiling the Sabbath, that they stay at the top and you stay at the sewage. They know if you don't come back to your nationality, your heritage, or your culture, that they will rule, they're going to continue to rule over you. Watch this conversation the two heathens had. Read.
The book of Judah, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people,
if there be any error in us, meaning sin, read,
and they sin against their God.
What is the error?
And they sin against their God.
See, the error in us is that we sin against our God, and they know that. Watch.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
What's going to be their ruin?
If they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
This is going to be our ruin. Us erring against our God, us being in sin against our God, that's our ruin. And they know that. Read. Keep going.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Let me put this weed in their neighborhood. Guess what? We gonna overcome them because they're going against their God. Let me put this crack in their neighborhood. We gonna overcome them because they're gonna be going against their God. Let me put this pistol in their neighborhood. We gonna overcome them because they're going against their God. They know that. So why give them the ammo? Why keep giving them the ammo to kill ourselves? They don't even have to do nothing at this point. We doing it to ourselves. And it's because we go against our God. Read on.
Verse 21.
Watch the flip side, bro. Watch the flip side. Here it comes.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
You see that? 91. Come on, read that again.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
Here go the flip side, TJ, right? CJ, I'm sorry. CJ, here go the flip side, CJ.
Let my Lord now
read it from the top.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
You see that? But if it don't be no sin in their nation, come on.
let my Lord now pass
He
by,
said, man, you better leave them Israelites alone. Why?
lest their Lord defend them.
Lest their God fight against us for them. It's simple. That's why I asked you the question that I asked you. If your kid go against you and your word, it's discipline time. That's just the same thing with God. We his kids. We went against his word. What we living right now is discipline time.
That's right.
Because the world was made for you, CJ. Believe it or not, give me that 2nd Ezra chapter 7. 2nd Ezra 7 and 10. Read that.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 10. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's
He
portion.
said, look, this is Israel's portion. That's your nationality. Israel, the Israelite is your nationality. What your father's so-called black, right? So you will come from the tribe of Judah, right? Watch this. The scriptures say, what is Israel's portion, right? Watch this.
Because for their sake,
Because for your sake, CJ,
I made the world.
the Most High said he made the world for you.
That's right.
Why don't we own an inheritance in the world that was made for us? Because we stuck in our sin, bruh.
That's right.
You are the king of the earth. You are the ruler.
That's right.
Why we get treated like peasants? Because we stuck in our sin and we don't want to come out of it.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone, 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.